Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Paint Girly. Just sitting here watching my lovelies arrive. We've got Teresa. Good morning, Teresa. Oh, Teresa, you fell. I understand. I'm glad you can be here though and listen and maybe and watch. Oh gosh, I hope you didn't break anything. And we've got Ange. Good morning, Angie. And there's our lovely crafting lodge, Jacqueline. Good morning, Jacqueline. Oh, goodness. It's always something, right? Oh, Teresa. There's Joyce. Good morning, Joyce. Come in, come in. I had planned to do something else this morning. Oh, you sprained your shoulder. Oh, good grief. Belinda, hi. Good morning. Nice to see you again. This is great. Come on in, girls. Get comfy. Oh, my goodness. Teresa had a fall. She sprained her shoulder. She's got bruised knees. I know when you go down, man, you hit hard. Oh, it's horrible. Dor, good morning. How nice to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I was going to do a journal that I've been wanting to build for myself, but I can't find my cover. Well, I couldn't find my cover that I wanted to use this morning. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go to plan B. Maybe we'll do some ATCs. I haven't done that in a while. I could use some for my supply stash. I've got my camera jumping already. Oh, it's been doing good until I went live and now it's jumping. So this is how I make my ATCs. I just get some playing cards. I'm going to work on 9 today. You could do 1. To me, it's silly to do 1, but that's just me. If I was working by myself and not on a live stream, I probably would do, 15 or maybe even 20, because I tend to overdo. And what I'm going to just do is take a couple of minutes to sand off this glossy kind of finish that most of our playing cards have. Now the wax coat or the plastic coated ones, I don't think this would work on, but these like semi-glossy ones, this works. And I'm just taking an old emery board nail file kind of a thing and just giving them a little rub. It's very messy. It makes a lot of dust. So we'll get this out of the way. Now I did the other 7. So you didn't have to sit here and watch me do all this. Jacqueline and I have a lot in common, and that's one thing we have in common is over overdoing our projects. So you can see, look, can you see all that dust? So now I'm just going to wipe them down with my baby wipe. It's a little bit. Now underneath me, I just have this, gosh, it was before, I think most of you probably know Shelly, Crafting Mamas, Shelly. She used to live in Hawaii. Before she moved to Hawaii, she was selling a lot of stuff, so she didn't have to, try to get rid of it or move it. And she had all these fabric sample books, so I bought some of those from her. And these are the pages that were in between the fabric. So I thought I could use this as a mat to kind of cover my glass surface so I don't have to see this. I can just throw away when I'm done. So I'm just taking the rest of that dust off my fingers. So if you want to follow along or if you want to go grab some supplies, I'm just using playing cards that I have no other plan for. I saw like out, and we've done this before on a live, and I don't remember the gal who I saw do it this way, but it's been a long, long time. Probably a lot of people might do it this way. Okay, so I'm thinking if I go this way, how's 9 going to work out? That's not really, I guess you can, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just set them up this way. So I want them close together. I'm going to be using washi tape. And then I just pulled a couple of things out of my stash, and so we'll see how it goes. Now today I'm going to use some wider washi tape. I just have some Jane Davenport here, and the last time I did this, hey Barbie, good morning. I had trouble with my washi tape picking up, so today I'm going to put a little additional glue down. Well, not additional. I'm going to put some glue down. I'm going to use my Golden Matte Medium. This is coming to the end. There's not a whole lot in here, so I'm just going to pour a little bit out as I need it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape. This is like Hunt's ketchup. Anticipation. Here we go. It's coming. Come on, we're on a live show. Let's get moving. Holy moly. Now, generally, I don't like to dip my brush down in a container like this because it contaminates the rest of your product and then it can get lumpy and such. And when it's down this low, I wouldn't so much mind doing that, but I don't have a brush with a handle that long that won't get, my hand all yucked up. So I'm just going to pour a little bit out. Maybe I'll let that lay on its side somewhere so it's not so annoying to pull out later when I need more. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit of washi and I'm going to connect all of these, okay? Yeah, you could use the fabric thing as a base page, but I'll tell you why I don't do it. Because I don't like to measure. I hate measuring. I'm very bad at measuring. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to think about what size I want to do or what I want to use. I'm trying to decide what size brush I want to use here. And so that way, if I use the playing cards, I've already got the right size and they're easy to get apart. And that works a little better for me. When I've done them on a big piece of paper, like a big piece of cardstock or, whatever you have, they're all different sizes. I get so frustrated. I hate the way they end up looking. And I saw some lady do this, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would so work for me. So this is how I do them. Now I got a string there. It's going to drive me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to flip it and do the other side. Now remember, if you're doing this, not all washi tape is created equal. Some sticks better than others. But like I said, I am going to add some glue because last time I did this, my washi tape kind of came up a little bit, and it was all right. Now I'm going to try to keep the design and what I put on these. You love to measure things, Ange? Oh, that's good for you. Yeah, my camera's really going crazy. I don't know how to, I keep saying that. I don't know how to fix it. And when I'm not streaming, I forget, and then I don't look into how to. I saw a video one time, the guy took his camera apart. Now, I'm not even concerned that my washi tape is upside down. Ah, stop already. Sometimes I feel like if I bring my camera down lower, it stops doing that, but I have it down pretty low. I do hate that it does that. I know it's got to be my lighting. I wonder if I put something like this here. if it'll focus on that. Let's see if that makes any difference. I don't have it on autofocus. That's the caveat. You're buffering? It's just going to be one of those days. All right, so this part here is a little time consuming, but in the end, it serves me pretty well, I think. Now I'm trying to keep them fairly lined up so that when I go to cut them, is it still jumping even? Yeah, it's still jumping even with this one. All right, so I'm going to flip them over. And I'm going to put some tape on this side as well. Okay, there is, oh gosh, Kel told me how to say your name and now I got to remember. Huawei. Good morning, Huawei. Well, maybe it's evening for you. I'm not sure where you are. But hello and welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Bakery visit. Oh, she brought a bunch of goodies with her. Thank you, thank you. They're the kind of goodies I can have. No calories. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, so this is a good way. Some of us like to collect playing cards, or you might have had a project that you were doing and then you've got all these playing cards left over. This is a good way to use some of those up too, and they give you a nice base. And then as you add things on, of course, they get a little sturdier. They're the correct size if you want to trade, get into an ATC trade, or maybe you collect them. They're good to slip into Happy Mail, even if you want to send a little Happy Mail to someone in a foreign country, because they just fit in a little envelope. They don't weigh much. And if you don't jazz them up with a lot of thick embellishments, that works too. So from this point forward, you can pretty much do what you want. Now, I was thinking about a theme, but I didn't really come up with a theme that I might like to head towards. So I think I'm just going to just pick out stuff that's in my stash that I have sitting around my desk, which some of that I already did. Now, I was looking for a container to put my golden matte medium in. And I decided to use my little snack tray here. All right, so that's it for my washi. Now I think the first thing I want to do is, I wonder if I put more stuff here for the camera to focus on, if that's any better. Kellyanne and I were talking, and I was working on something, and I said I just wanted to knock the color back. And she recommended using the back of napkins, which I thought was a brilliant idea. So I want to mute some of this, and I give it a little bit of texture. So I'm going to use some of my napkin backs. That's probably not going to help the camera. And I'm just going to use my matte medium and glue it down. I'm going to use my heat gun probably quite a bit today. So if that is bothersome for you, I apologize, but I think that's the best way to go. Okay, and just heading home. So here's the back of one that, of course, has two. A lot of napkins are 3-ply. so I don't usually pull apart that back. And I mostly keep them because I use them instead of paper towels, instead of just throwing them out. Like some folks take their napkins apart and they just rip them. I try to carefully do it so that they're all in one sheet. You know, they stay connected. And then that way I can use them, you know, for cleanup. So I'm just taking my matte medium here, spreading it all around best I can. And I'm going to pop this napkin down. Now I could use a piece of like saran wrap. If I thought of it sooner, I could have grabbed it out of my drawer, but this will be okay. I'm not really too concerned. I guess there's not much glue under there. I'm not too concerned with it being real flat. You know, it'll give me a little bit of texture. And if you use a piece of saran wrap, you could rub this with your hand and go a lot quicker and get a much smoother stick. As you come in and join us, welcome, welcome. And if you have any questions, please put it in caps for me. And I'll do my best to answer any questions. Now I need some more product here. Yeah, maybe you could. That's certainly an idea. I don't know if the napkin would then stick to, if I'm going to grab some of this out of here, stick to the roller. That would be my only thought. But it might work. It might work. Now what I'm planning to do is also do this on the other side. So of course this has to be dried. So I'm going to use my heat tool. Put my brush back in my water so that doesn't get too thick. Maybe I'll grab a piece of saran wrap. I'll show you what I mean. Has anybody ever made ATCs like this? Hey, Christine G, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Can you believe we're almost finished August? Still a little tacky. Still a little tacky. Barbie, you've never made an ATC? Oh, they're fun. They can be fun. You could really do prompts and make them too, but I'm not good at prompts. Now you also could cover the one side with, oh, let's do that. The other side I'll cover with an actual napkin with a design. We have got the card faces here, so I put the clear, not the clear, the backing of the napkin. If I had the energy, I'd do a swap, but I've never done a swap before. I'm not really sure I'm up for that quite yet. Okay, so I've got my napkin sticking over here. This is a little bit of ghosting from. Okay, I don't think that's going to stick. All right, let me get a piece of plastic wrap. Who said me either? You haven't, Jacqueline? Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Well, that's just crazy. All right, let's see here. And most of you probably have seen this trick before. This really comes in handy if you're decoupaging something and you really want it to be attached very nicely and not have too many lumps and bumps. Now I need to pick out a napkin. That's kind of cool. All right, let me move this off to the side for a minute. I'd have sent you 50. All right, I'm looking for a napkin that might look cute on the other side. Now remember, it's all going to all be cut up into little pieces. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I have enough of that. I think I'm going to go flower. So this is my napkin storage. Like I have extras in a drawer, but not much. I gave a lot of them away, sold some. So I just took these pocket protectors and then I stitched them all together to make a book. So this way I can just flip through, see what I have, and pull them out and use them. And then when I get a new one, okay, Ange is home. That was a nice quick trip, Ange. All right, the other thing is that once these dry, certainly you can cut them. You also can tear them. It depends on what kind of look you might want. But you also can take, when they dry really well, especially if you get your glue out to the edge, you can sand them off with your emery board. Really? Oh, I know. I love Tuesday morning for napkins. Isn't that the best? I have to stay off of that site. The one, I guess you say at Michael, it's spelled funny though, and they have other things, not just napkins, but they have placemats and they have lotions and stuff like that too. But their napkins are so amazing. And Tuesday morning carried that brand. So sometimes you'd luck into a really, and they're nice napkins, like a nice quality. So this takes a little bit, but it gives you a nice clean edge. This is still not quite dry, so I'm going to not fuss with some of that. And since I was out at my aunt's, I stayed in the car because I didn't want to hear. All right, let me just get rid of some of this excess. Did I say access instead of excess? Oh my goodness. All right, let's just. Now I'm going to get a piece of my plastic wrap ready. And the plastic wrap trick, you can do a couple different things. You can make a sheet the size of your project and put it down on top, or you can take a piece and crumple it up and just use it like a little scrubby kind of a thing and work out the little kinks. So that might look cool. So I'm going to use this napkin for this side. So the back side with the card faces, we used the back of a napkin. I'm going to use, I think, this plastic wrap, just a big sheet. If I can. Same old, same old. The plastic wrap doesn't stick to anything but itself. And so I've got my ceiling fan on and it's blowing everywhere. All right, so now I'm going to load this up with some golden matte medium. And I'm doing what I said I don't normally do, but I've got a lot of this products coming to the mouth of the jar, but it's like so thick now because it's old, but it still works. So now I'm going to drop my napkin on top and then my plastic wrap and try to get it to smooth out fairly nicely. And then I'll have to use the heat tool again. All right, here we go. Boop. And now the plastic wrap. Of course, it did stick to itself a little. Now you can take your hand, and you're not going to get the product on your hand because the plastic stops that. Now you can't be super rough because the napkin is still, you know, delicate. But in most cases, you can get it on pretty smooth. Now, the lady that I saw do this, I think her name is the Patio Elf. She also would take, like, say you're decoupaging a basket and you've got a lot of texture. She would take it crumpled up like this, and then she could rub her napkin down and have it adhere pretty well. So there you have it. That's how you do that. All right, got to use my heat tool. I'll dry this up again. This napkin's really kind of intense, isn't it? Okay, so for the most part, this side is going to look pretty cool, I think. I think I'm going to concentrate mostly on the other side as far as decorating. So I just pulled some other things out of my stash. Just a few things. I can always grab other stuff. But I'm going to use some book pages that I've cut up in squares. I had them. This is only part of my stack. They're not all, the plastic wrap is off. It's over here to the side now. I just used that to straighten it out, Christina, and I then took that off and put it aside. That is probably not super dry, but I think it's dry enough where I can flip it. So now I'm really not, you're welcome. I'm not um, too concerned about this side as far as covering up stuff. I'm open to covering this up and decorating. So I'm going to just, for our purposes right now, just cut away this extra. Now, of course, this is a pretty nice sized chunk of napkin. So I'm going to save that piece. And that makes it a little more manageable. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just start tearing some of my book paper. And I'm just going to willy-nilly start putting it down places. You know, that old willy-nilly. And then I think I want to think about scraping on some paint. Now, I'm hoping this is dry enough to allow me to do that without tearing the napkin that I put down. I could add stickers, right? You could really add anything your little heart desires. And something like this, like the book paper, it can go any direction. It can go any way you want to put it. Whatever your creative eye might like. Let's see if I can get out some more gold matte medium. We can add fabric. Just remember, depending on how you want to use the ATC, will depend on maybe how much thickness you really want. I guess I'm going to have to go like that and set my jar upside down. I need to take a little sip here, gang. And somewhere on my desk, I have my supplements that I should start taking this morning, but I don't know where I put them. Well, this is really, well, I'm going to set it there. All right, back to my smaller brush. And then I'm just going to start gluing these down. Now, again, you guys know you can use anything. You know, you might have some old wrapping paper or maybe some scrapbook paper you want to use up. You know, go into your stash and just grab stuff that you would like to use up. I have a bunch of, wonder how they would be. I have a bunch of butterflies. I'm the kind of person, when I see somebody have something or use something on their channel, or if they have a reel, or I'm watching say I want to find someone that uses napkins a certain way, or I look at it and they're doing something, I don't have it, the product that they're using, and then I want to buy it. So, I mean, this is years and years ago. Tanya and Lisa, my eclectic life, Lisa Conway, um, had these butterflies they found at the dollar store, like at the Dollar Tree or something. Well, my Dollar Tree didn't have them, but I went online and you could buy them in bulk. And at the time, I was selling at Keisha's Market, so I had an avenue, to get rid of some of them. So I bought them. And of course, they weren't that expensive. They were $1. So I have some left over and I have them in a tin. I wonder how some of them might look on here. I might get those out. But a lot of times I'll try to pick up, a product like that I see some of the girls using, and then I end up never using it. I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder. Okay, I just got to make my way over to that drawer. One moment, please. I hope they're where I remember them being. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's put this aside for a moment. Get readjusted in my chair. All right. See, there's some really gigantic ones. They might be a little too large. There's a lot in here. Maybe I can kind of stay in the same. I was thinking color-wise, I might do blue, turquoise blue, and green, maybe. Hmm. other color? Maybe a little pop of something else. Maybe some pink. He's cute, right? Got to be more of him in here. That one's a little bigger. If I'd have left them all in the package, it would be a little easier. All right, let's see how that works. I'm just trying to place them where when I cut them, there'll be a little bit maybe on each card. It doesn't look too bad, really. Can you believe I still don't have much glue that came out? Because there's not that much to come out. The other thing I liked about these butterflies is they don't have, this has a little bit of the white trim. You know how a lot of stuff that we have has that white edge around it? I don't always appreciate that. Now you could, if you're like me, you don't remember where you place stuff. If you don't want to leave it sitting down, you could lay it out, take a picture on your phone, and then refer back to it. Or you can do it piecemeal like I'm doing. Pick it up and glue it down. I'm going to come back over top. Hopefully that'll stick. Everybody asleep? Anybody have plans for the weekend? Is this the holiday weekend? I said have a good holiday last time. And my husband said, no, it's not the holiday weekend. Oops. Retirement is great, but I always lose track of what day it is. You're fussing with digitals? All right, Teresa's not asleep. That's good. Teresa, are you able to sleep okay with your shoulder? Sometimes it's hard to get comfy when you get an injury like that. And were you by yourself when you fell, or did you have to call somebody to help you? See, if I fell, I wouldn't be able to get up. I wonder how Candy is. It is hard. I have to sleep on my back. Yeah. And Candy wasn't feeling so great the last time we were together. Now you could use whatever. I mean, I had enough butterflies. I could have put a butterfly on each card, but I like when you cut them apart and you have little pieces. I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I thought maybe you were just relaxing. I hope so. I'm thinking of what other stuff I have that I can add to that's flat. Like I got tons of buttons and stuff like that, but then if I want to mail these, see if somebody gets something off my Etsy shop and I want to put a little something in it and say thank you on it, I don't want it to be too thick. You're kidding. You were sitting here because you didn't want to miss me. Oh, you're so sweet. How are you feeling otherwise? Because you were feeling a little punky aside from your shoulder. So this takes a little time, but it's a good way to use up some of your supplies. And who doesn't like getting a little happy mail, even if it's just a little ATC card, right? You're so fun. I think I did this. Did I do this guy? I think I did. Oh, I have to read up there. I've got that wrong. Getting better. One thing. I know. It always seems to be something. Yeah, I'm thinking right now what kind of stamp. If I can get this dry enough to do some stamping. Of course, I love the script. I love putting script stamp on just about everything I do. I love it. Just love it. And words. I like to use words. There's Dawn. Hi, Dawn. How are you? You're still working on your last set of tags? All right, Ange. Okay, so if you just joined in, we've got sorry, my arm is starting. Okay, honey, go back to the balcony. You call her every day? Oh, Ange, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, it's not wonderful she's not feeling well, but it's wonderful that you call her every day. Um, oh, okay, I'll have to message her. Oh, thanks, Dawn. So to playing cards, we attached them with washi tape and a little extra glue. And then I did the back of a napkin on this side of the cards to kind of mute that a little bit. And then put some scraps of book paper down. And then I just attached these butterflies. I'm hoping I can get a good stick on these. These are just cutouts, not stickers. And now I'm probably going to get out some of my some of my stamps and do some stamping. And I'm just trying to dry this up enough where I can come in with my Days On stamp, my ink, and a couple of stamps. And then on the back side, let's just try a little bit more over there. We just put down a really color intensive napkin. Yeah, crackle cards, that sounds interesting. Yeah, we've got, I thought, well, life is a little easier since my mom passed, but um, now we've got all the stuff you have to do after someone passes away. And that's just like a black hole in some ways, you know. And so I guess it was Tuesday, maybe. My husband and I had to go to our county seat. Mom, they lost the first bunch of death certificates, and so they had to have another batch sent out. So we did get those, and then we were able to register her will and get that ball rolling. And we do have an elder care attorney that's helping us with a lot of stuff, which is wonderful. Um, all right, let's see. Let's let that cool down a little bit and see. All right, Teresa said she made the crackle cards. They are so nice. I'll have to find her video again. Oh, Dawn made the crackle cards. Oh, you're asking Dawn about that. Oh. Oh, yeah, we'll have to watch. I pulled out my foundry wax too. And I pulled out, now I just dried this. Now I'm going to wet it some more. I pulled out this Tattered Angels Shimmer Mist. I thought I might spritz a little bit of this on. This will dry pretty quick though. So it's got like those little mica kind of, I guess. It's got shimmery. It's shimmery. It's got shimmery stuff in it. If I can get it to spritz. I can't tell if it's coming out. I'm really disappointed if this doesn't spritz. It's ultra thick, clear embossing powder layered, and then crack it gently and even add ink in the cracks. And you'll have to try it, Lori. Oh, I used to do a crackling technique on ceramics when I was doing ceramics. And trying to remember how that went. We put down a base coat And then it was like, I guess a crackle medium. I think Tim Holtz has it, but I think you could use a light coat of just white glue. And then before it's totally dry, you have to gently put another coat of paint on top of it. And the paint just separates itself and makes it crack. Oh, made it look like cracked glass? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to find that. If I find it, Dawn, I'll put the link in my bio. This isn't coming out. I wonder if I have maybe, wonder if this will fit. Guess my spritzy nozzle is, oh, this is too short. Silly. I might not get this to work either. Oh, this is probably what was left in the, I'm getting a little blast here and there. I wonder if I can sprinkle this on with with a fan brush or something, or a liner brush. See, this is another way that Jacqueline and I are like. It's like we don't want to be told, no, you can't do that. We want to figure out how to do it. I've got this like Chinese brush here I never used. I'm going to dip that in, see if I can. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm spattering that baby. That spatter's pretty good. We will not be denied. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. Heat tool again. So sorry. Of course, I made puddles. No, taking it to dry. I find out I don't like coloring with markers. Yeah, I don't really either, and you know why? Because I personally can't get them to blend. Like I had, oh, this is years ago, started to buy the Spectrum Noir ink, alcohol ink markers, because the good ones are so expensive. Thank you, stuff, but you're supposed to stop typing, and I can't get them to blend. So I don't really fuck with them too much anymore. I keep getting the drawer open. Oh yeah, me too. Can you see the shine? Oh, it looks pretty good on my screen. Yeah. I got my foundry wax out too. I was going to use some foundry wax, but I want to do that last. These might need some touch up with the, I don't know if all my napkins sitting down. Now this is, I haven't used this in a while. The black stays on. I think I'm going to go see if I have a re-inker for this. It's just right here. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? It's the first one I picked up. Woohoo! because I think I want to stamp next. All right, let's move that over so I don't get a big, in case I have a mishap. This guy's thirsty. All right, let that soak in for a minute or two. I love spatters are one of my favorite techniques, I guess you could call it, huh? All right, let's cover that up just while I'm waiting. My emery board is so worn. I don't know if I can. And the other thing, this is just like using a big sheet of cardstock or something, you know, as your base, because you just decorate them all at once. But then when I'm done, I don't have to measure anything. I just go and cut in between the cards. And hope I cut straight. Now see here, I took off some that I probably didn't necessarily mean to take off, but you can grudge the edges too. Hey Laura, hi, how are you? Oh, that's very nice of you. You're probably headed off to work. I hate working on them with the zhuzhed up edge. And let's see if I can find a pair of scissors that's a little sharper than what I was using. These are so little. This is how I get into trouble, because then I'll grab my sewing scissors, which you know you don't want to do. Well, I don't want to do. I'm trying to keep those, you know, sharp for fabric. Speaking of which, I didn't put any fabric down. Okay, that looks better. They look better already. Now somewhere I have, gosh, I wonder if I can find that. A Tim Holtz stamp. It's just like the letters of the alphabet, and it's not real big. But I think that would look cool on these. And I'm thinking about maybe doing some script on the back side. Let's see. First of all, let me twirl that so I can look at here. Now this wouldn't be too bulky if I put a little. I might be able to cut enough strips out of that. Let's see. Here's another little piece. Okay, that will serve me. Well, I was thinking earlier before I came on, wouldn't it be fun if you did little cards like this and did them for the holidays and then put a holiday greeting on it and a string, and then they could hang it on their tree or on like a little shaker peg. I can't get my tin open. Maybe if you, no, that's right. Okay. I thought I was opening it up backwards. I don't want road trip. It's all perfect. Oh, this is a cool stamp. This one might be cool. I know, Ange. Every time I go to Goodwill, I look for more. And they're hard to find. But I love the long, narrow shape. Okay, I'm pulling out a couple other stamps that I think might work. I hate though when I get an idea of a particular stamp in my head and then I can't find where to put it. I have a hard time letting ideas go. Sorry, I'm rooting. I'm rooting. The little beehive's kind of cute, huh? Pull that out just in case I change my mind. I don't want to get stamp happy. Look, there goes one on the floor. My dog will have that chewed up if I don't grab it. Oh, I love this one too. I don't see it. That might work for my script. I've got bugs. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. I got to get in here and reattach some of these that have not gotten back to their right storage thing. I got to get that stamp before my dog does. She chews up everything. Sometimes it's hard to, oh, there it is. She had a tack the other day. We haven't had tacks out probably since Christmas. Who knows what she was under. And found a tack. Okay, let's see here. Get the right glasses back down on my head. Boop. Yeah, well, we attribute it to her being a puppy. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Okay, so some things they need to put back that should have, like these. I don't want these. They're holiday season. This says brown paper packages tied up with strings. I could use that, right? And this is a curiosity one. I've got this one I like, but I pulled out this number one. Let me get a block. Now I need a tester, something to see how that's going to stamp. All right, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. See if I got it. Excuse me. See if I got enough ink on here. Could use a little bit more, I think. Now that's probably going to be really juicy. I think I need to press press down more. Let's see if I can get Elvis. Elvis. Oh no, this isn't Elvis. This is who knows what this is. It really wore out. This is an old mouse pad. If you have a cushion, you usually get a little better stamp. All right, trying to keep it straight. I think I have my stamp on there crooked. Yeah, I never use that. What is that, like a Misty or whatever they call it? I have an off-brand that does something similar. I've never used it. I don't think I have really ever figured it out. You had a boxer that was a chewer. Like, she's not doing furniture or anything. She's like stuff that I don't even know I dropped. Will turn up in the living room all chewed up. And she's got bones and stuff. It's not like she doesn't have anything to chew. Okay, so that might be enough of that. I didn't get any of that down here, but I'm okay with that. Let me see. Let me see if I can get a nice. Oh, you do, Ange? Does it work good? I think mine's from the Memory Keepers, or I don't think mine is a Martha Stewart. I was at a scrapbooking convention. Oh my gosh, had to be 15 years ago or more. And they had the Misty was just coming out. It could even have been longer than that. And they had them at that show. And I think they were selling them for $30, and I didn't want to pay that much. I could kick myself now. I think this ink pad was like almost dry because it still seems like you love it. Oh, that's good. All right, so that might, and you know what? After I cut them apart, I can always add stuff. I don't think I care that this says brown paper packages. It's not really holiday-ish to me. It's just, you know, these are some of my favorite things that I put on here. All right, so here we go. He bounced like Tigger. All right, I'm just going down, printing and stamping, printing and stamping. Uh-oh, don't want the schmear. Hey, Kel, good morning. Just putting little bits of this here and there and everywhere. Thanks, Dawn. Now, foundry wax. I saw Kathy Berg and Colleen used foundry wax a long, long time ago. Like I said, had to have it. So I went and bought it. And I do like it, but it is fiddly. Like, has anybody used it? Tim Holtz foundry wax? I don't know if he's the only one that's got it. That might be enough, huh? I think I have a little bit on each page, maybe a little bit more here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now I was going to scrape some paint on, but I don't know if I need it. But you know what I might like to scrape on is a little bit of white or a little bit of, oh, I think I buried my gesso. I don't think I can get to that. I wonder if I can get to some white paint. I usually like to leave my white paint sitting out, but I don't. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it, girls. I see it. Bye, Laura. I wish you could too. Hope you have a great day at work. I'm sure you will. All right, so let's see. Just going to get an old gift card here. And I'm going to try to gently just scrape some paint here. So I think that will add to it. And how am I on time? Not quite 2 hours. Okay. Let's cover this up. See if I can get a little bit of paint out. I tend to be heavy-handed. So I don't want to be heavy-handed. That's maybe a little too heavy-handed. Now I'm trying to decide what I want to do with the foundry wax. So I just pulled they come in a set of 4, so I got all 4. And oh, I want to put my glue gun on just in case I want that for my fabric. You have to really shake these a lot. So I have gilded, which is the gold, I believe. Statue, which is kind of a bronzy, and mind, which is like a copper. So I'm thinking copper, unless someone else has an opinion. Now, I could do a couple of things. I could try to spatter it, which you have to work with it pretty quickly because it kind of, has anybody used it? I think I asked that before, but I don't know if I saw the response. You have to wait till you hear the little mixing ball start to clack. You think you have the gold and silver? Yeah, I guess it probably comes individual and then maybe gold and silver and then maybe the other 2 separate. Of course, I got the 4-pack. Well, when I bought a lot of this stuff, I had money to spend. I've been to the ocean Sunday except for 2. This summer overall is going great. Yeah, that's cool. I wish I could do something regular like that. Uh-oh. Anne's just starting to get ready for her nap. So I could see, you can see the gold here that was on the butterflies, and I could add gold to some of the others. Oh, I'm picking copper. I could add copper, or I could try to spatter it, or I could just try to make wiggly lines. The tip of it isn't very fine. You hear the little clicky, clicky clack. And then you hit it with your heat tool, and it gets amazing. I mean, it doesn't look too bad when you put it down, but all right, so I might just try to make some lines. I'm gonna do them one at a time so that I can put it on and then hit it with the heat tool. And I'm hoping you can see it. See, it's got a smaller nozzle, but it's not real skinny. Let's see if I like that. I'm not sure that I will. And I might decide to change and do one of the other colors. So here we go. Yeah, it's not really giving me the pop I want. I'm gonna try the gold. Let's try the gold. I'm pretty sure this one's the gold, the gilded. Gilded is gold, right? Takes a little while to. I think I'll put my fabric on after I cut them because it might be hard for me to cut them apart on my slicer, on my trimmer, my paper trimmer, I should say. Oh, that's early, Ange. Jacqueline's usually up by 4. This one, a little. Oh, here we go. There it's starting to click. Should watch how Timmy uses this. Get a few more ideas. This is the worst part about using this, is getting the shape, getting it mixed up well. You still can't hear that little mixer ball. Oh, thank you, Carol. How nice to see you. Hi, Carol. I hope you're doing well. Oh, here we go. Woo! Now we're getting it. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, let's see how this looks. Same type of nozzle. I kind of like the lines. I just wasn't happy with the copper. I like that better. All right, so I forgot I didn't put the lid on tight. Oh my goodness, girl. I just gave myself a little startle there. Got to get that lid because pups would eat that. Woo! All right, so let's do down here. Oops. It's hard to squeeze just a little bit out. I would really like it if it had a smaller nozzle, but they finally didn't give you that because it probably was clogged. Mm. All right, so let's do a little on this one. Are you with me? All right, after this, I'm going to cut them. And then kind of try to finish them up. You could continue, of course, to add on depending on what you need or how you're going to use them. Okay, Carol. I took some playing cards, just real quick. I just took some playing cards, washi taped them together, and then this side we used um, the back of my napkin that I have that I keep really just for like cleaning up and wiping my brushes and stuff. Yeah, I'm really not crazy about this copper, so I think I'm going to put some gold. I'm not going to go right on top, but I'm going to go underneath a little. Get some gold on that one. And if you wanted to fuss around with embossing powder, that would be fun too, right? Woo! Ooh. Guys, I have to check out Jacqueline, put in your website, and Kellyanne, put in your, hey, there's Dana. Hi, Dana. Put in your oh, I hope this is dry enough to cut these. Um Put in your channel, Kel. Jacqueline's got some cool coffin journals going. And they're actually stored in a little coffin. It's like a little kit. She gives you a bunch of stuff in with it. And they're really fun. All right, I'm going to try to cut this. Nope, I'm going to try to cut now. I'm very nervous. Because I don't do so great with cutting. Whew. All right, let's get these little bottles of stuff out of my way. You could use scissors, certainly, but I don't cut so good with scissors. And we have to remember they're handmade. I love when you cut them and you only get a portion of what, whatever it was you glued on. All right, I'm having a hard time seeing where this one gets cut. Oh, there it is. We did such a good job of covering everything up. That didn't cut. Okay. I can work with that. Okay. Put my trimmer down. Now the next thing I'm going to do, and you don't have to do this, this is just me because I tend to be anal. But it is what it is, I don't like that my corners don't look rounded like the playing cards. I'm going to see if I can snip off that corner with my little corner rounder. I do it from both sides because I just feel like mine doesn't work that well. Okay, Ange. So, I mean, I don't have to sit here and do, so you know what I'm saying, right? Let's see, let's do another one. This one didn't cut. It's a little too damp, I think, for that. Just take that little snippet off. Now I'm using the smaller end, the 1/4 inch rounded edge. That looks okay. I probably would do at least 15 or 20, Barbie. I could spread out more. It takes, you can see this is taking a little bit of time, right? So, um, if you've never done them before, it might take you a little longer initially, but once you have the supplies out that you're using, now you can rough this up, right? You don't have to leave them all nice if you want them to look kind of vintagey and, you know, kind of scrappy, not scrappy, but, distressed. You can use your emery board to do that. Thanks, Kel. And then I will come back in and probably put words on and stuff too, depending on how I need to use them. Like I could take one of my thank you stamps and, oh, this one I didn't trim. Maybe get a little bit of, I like to use, like manila folder, that kind of product, and cut them out, stamp on them, and then use them like little tags, or little sayings. So here's 2. So I've had sanded those. Now I wanted to use a little bit of fabric on some of these as well, right? So let me see if I can tear this. I just want a little bit because the card's small. I just love a little piece of fabric. And you could stamp on the fabric too. So I'll just do these 2 to show you. To me, it just adds a little something. Now, if you're going to put one in a package and you don't care about it being, if you put a button on it, it's not going to go in regular mail. If you just do this and put it in a regular envelope, you can get away with an individual, oh, I wonder if I could get this on. You can get away with just a regular stamp. I don't know what they are now, 63, 65 cents, something like that. Let's see. See if I can do this. Which way is it? I guess it really doesn't matter. This says identification check. Even if it's not on there, great. You want to do this when your piece of fabric is bigger. Well, you know what I'm saying. That one didn't turn out great either, but it's just to go on a little piece of your card. Doesn't have to be perfect. Or you could put it on the back. And then make sure you sign them, especially if you're in a swap, you wanna make sure you sign them. But see, I like to have my edges inked also. So then I will pull out my, if I can get the drawer open. I've got too much stuffed in my little drawer here that's got all my everyday inkers and blenders. So I'm pulling out my vintage photo. Let's see. And then once they're cut apart, you can individualize them, you know, if you have different friends or different, you know, you might want to say one, say thank you, and you might want another one that says I appreciate you, or friendship, or, you know, whatever. You could draw on it, you know, you could put an eye on it. I'll get some of my, I think, Fabri-Tac type glue. And you could use a darker inking thing, you know. I just happen to like the vintage photo. And I could clean these up a little more. These are still a little damp, if I'm being honest. We kind of pushed the envelope on this. All right, kids, I think that's it for me. Let's see, 11:45. Yeah, I'm ready for some lunch. Let's see what it looks like on the back. Oh, yeah, it would be cute on the back too, huh? I might put that one on the back. I could use hot glue too, but where did I put my, oh, here it is. It's white heel. All right, and you are moving and grooving. All right, so let's just put a little squeeze. The imperfect is perfect. I got a little cruddy. So now I have 9, which really won't take me too long to get these finished up. Just sand them, ink them, and then some of you probably have in your stash like little tablets with little words or sayings or encouraging, you know, words. You know, I think a word on there would look great. And there you have it. That's my easy way to make ATCs. And, you know, I didn't have to measure. I just laid out my cards and then just slice them. Of course, I would say let them really dry well before you put them on your trimmer to slice them, or even using your scissors. You know, let them, hey, Sherry. Oh, Sherry, we're just getting ready to cut out of here. Oh, okay, Barbie. So, oh, thanks, Jacqueline. So that's it for me today. I hope to see you all on Sunday. And that's probably the holiday weekend, right? Oh, thanks, Barbie. I had fun. Oh, thanks, Dawn. So let me know if you try it. I would love to know if you try it. Just send me a picture. I'd love to see them. Any questions you have, or you know, try to do it and something doesn't go right, just shoot me a message. I'll be happy to answer or help you if I can. So that's it for today. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend. If you're celebrating, I think this is the holiday weekend. Right? Because we're going into yeah, Friday tomorrow is the 30th, so then we have the 31st. So, yeah, just take care of yourself, all right? Let's remember Teresa fell. She's hurt her shoulder and her knees are bruised. And our dear Candy, she didn't come in today. And said she's not feeling well. So remember those girls. And I don't know where Gail is. She's probably got something going on with her dad. She's usually here. Thanks, Sherry. So let's keep our friends in our thoughts and prayers. Okay, guys? Good to see you. Thanks for being here again. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And until next time, remember, I love you. Bye bye.